Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play King's Quest VI with a sound canvas. Now last time I asked everyone to help make a decision, but there was no response for whatever reason, so I'm just going to go on. What I'm going to do is this. First I'm going to go through the whole game and try to get the least number of points and the worst possible ending. And then I'm going to go through again and try to get all of the points and the best possible end. Now I'm not entirely sure I know how to get either the least number of points or all of the points, but I'll try. So here we go. First we want to get that magic map.
Good day.
And talk to him.
Excuse me, merchant, but the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
Why, as a matter of fact, I do. I keep it under the counter. It's been gathering dust so long that I nearly forgot about it. It was quite a few years ago, you see. The estate of a wealthy wizard fell into my hands when he died. It was useless magical junk mostly, which reminds me, I've still got some things of his in the back that I need to dump out. Anyway, the magic map was the one true treasure in the lot. The wizard was quite old and feeble and had enchanted the map to aid in traveling. It is said that one need only desire to be on an island depicted on the map to find oneself there. It is a very valuable map, as you can imagine. Unfortunately, no one is interested in traveling these days. It is far too dangerous with the current state of the kingdom.
What would you take for the map?
I would normally want something magic in return, but since I am hardly overrun with prospective buyers, I would be willing to take anything of equal value in exchange.
Equal value, you say? Well, this map is probably pretty valuable, so we're not going to be able to just use the coin. The only really valuable thing we have is the Alexander's ring, so let's try that.
Would you be willing to take my family ring in exchange for the magic map?
Daventry, are you a king then?
No, that's my father, King Graham. I'm just Alexander.
Well, Prince Alex, she is a beautiful ring. Are you sure you can part with such a unique family heirloom?
The ring does mean a lot to me. I didn't always have a family, you know. Still, it is only gold. There are more important things at stake now.
Then you now own a magic map, Prince Alex. I will keep your ring out of sight for a few days. If you find anything else of great value in your travels, you can come back for your ring. I would hate to see it melted down for gold. Ah, and a warning about the map. It will only operate when you are out in the open and within sight of the sea. The limitation has something to do with the teleport spell ingredients. You might try the beach.
Thank you. You are very kind, and I'll remember about the map.
What's this?
Suddenly, the old man in the concealing cloak sneaks past Alexander, and with a sneaky dart of his hand, steals a mint from the candy jar. The old man stuffs the mint into his mouth and wobbles unsteadily out of the pawn shop.
Master, I was moving in the village as you wished, and I saw a manger. I don't know, danger? No, a stranger there. He said says he's Prince Blamentander of Slaventry.
You fool! You've been eating those mints again! I ordered you to stop that!
Yes, master.
Now, who did this stranger say he was?
Prince Salamander of Pageantry, I think.
You idiot! Are you trying to tell me that Prince Alexander of Daventry is here? Confound it! That's the young man Cassima met at Mordak's castle. The timing could not be worse. Tell me, what is he doing?
He was in the pawn shop buying a magic smap.
Magic smap? What is this magic smap?
With the smap, he can travel to other islands, master.
That's a map, you dolt! Oh, drat it all! I thought I took care of the only means of travel. By my scimitar, I can't have him stirring things up. Not now! Get a hold of yourself and listen carefully, Shamir. Go to the other islands and tell them...
Well, we don't get to find out right away. If you read the guidebook to the Land of the Green Isles, it tells a lot about the lore of genies, and one of the most important things is that all genies have a weakness of some kind, desiring something. In this case, it seems to be mint. So that's something we need to remember. Anyway, oh wait,
Good.
yeah, okay. So, yeah, we need to do this.
I have this copper coin. Is it of any value to you at all?
Most interesting. I have never seen a Daventry coin before, but it is copper genuine enough. I might even find a buyer who is interested in foreign currency. The items on the front counter are the only things in the store that I can let go for the price of 1 copper. You may make your choice from there.
Alexander looks at the items on the counter to make his selection.
Okay, so we want the mechanical nightingale.
That mechanical nightingale looks intriguing. I believe I'll take it.
Very well. Your coin is well spent. Remember, this is a pawn shop. I am always willing to take back my own goods in trade.
I'll remember. Thank you.
Okay, now we can go. We're going to ignore that until the second playthrough. And let's use it.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. The magic map lays out what Alexander assumes is the whole of the land of the Green Isles. The distinctive islands are separated from each other by the Deadly Sea. The Isle of the Crown lies at the south of the map. According to the magic map, the Isle of Wonder is a comma-shaped island poised in the sea to the west. A large island named the Isle of the Sacred Mountain dominates the north of the Land of the Green Isles. There's a small island labeled Isle of the Beast on the east side of Alexander's map.
And this is easy to miss.
Heavy mists shroud an area to the southeast on the magic map.
Very mysterious. Very, very mysterious, you might say. Okay. Let's go to the Isle of
Alexander
Wonder.
feels a strange pulling sensation. Alexander is standing on a rocky beach. To the north is dense tropical vegetation. Near the shore are a dozen or so oyster beds. Oyster beds line the seashore. Most of the oysters are sound asleep.
We're going to ignore this too.
A string of letters floats in the water. The letters spell out, "Where are you going?" Alexander's heard of alphabet soup, but this is ridiculous.
Now we need this, but...
Alexander doesn't want to taste the salty.
No. We want...
Alexander wades into the sea to get the strange object in the water. The ocean currents tug at Alexander's legs. That object is just a bit out of reach.
Well, time to save. Okay, I just saved over... Now it doesn't matter.
Alexander wades deeper into the sea to get the strange object in the water. The underwater tow is amazingly strong here. It pulls ferociously at Alexander's legs. Before Alexander can retreat, the currents grab his legs. The shifting sand vanishes from beneath his feet. Against his best efforts, he is dragged out to sea. The currents around the island pull Alexander under. As Alexander struggles to the surface for the third and last time, he finds himself wishing he'd paid more attention to the warning signs of an undertow.
Tickets out. Next.
Nothing like getting swept off your feet.
Okay. So what we have to do is wait. And wait. And wait. Now, we could be doing other things, but I don't want to risk getting points that are irrelevant at this point. And there we go.
Alexander picks up the object floating in the water. It appears to be a string of letters. They say, "Where are you going?" Alexander decides to keep the odd sentence, even though it is incomplete.
And now let's try exploring this island.
Alexander hears someone coming.
"5 fierce guards of the isle we be. Watch for a foreign man," said he, "with ears and nose, tongue, hands, and eyes. Its nature cannot be disguised. If man it be, then man it dies."
So that's what Alhazred had his genie doing.
Control, smell your smell. Do that which you do so well.
Well, we don't have what we need here. But we can... First I'm going to show what happens if you fail at this. Okay, now I'm going to do this properly this time. Well, yeah. Okay, so just something random.
Alexander holds the item out for the gnome with the stupendous nose.
I knows cannot be tricked that way. The smell of man still rules the day. A man so Sarah knows, into the waiting sea he goes.
The gnomes toss Alexander too far out into the sea for him to get his footing. The currents drag him under.
Tickets out. Next.
Guess those gnomes couldn't reach a consensus.
Okay, anyway. And we can't escape from this, though. Just by using
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Just by using the magic map. Let's take a look at the Isle of the
Alexander
Beast.
feels a strange pulling sensation. Alexander is standing at the edge of the sea on a heavily forested island. As far as the eyes can see, tall trees spread out their branches as though straining to link arms, their tops forming a canopy above. A path leads north through the forest.
Check this out.
Tall, narrow trees abound on each side of the path.
This doesn't look very narrow to me. I don't know about you, but this looks more like a redwood, don't you think? Now let's go on.
Alexander is traveling on a path through a dense forest. The woods on either side of the path are teeming with wildlife. Blocking his progress north is a pond that boils with a magical intensity. A rabbit hops about rather fearlessly. It's probably never even seen a human. Alexander isn't quite lonely enough to talk to a rabbit.
Okay, let's,
A pond lies across the path. The water boils as if over some magical flame.
let's try to cross it. There's, there's this.
An old abandoned hunter's lamp is hanging on one of the trees. Alexander wonders who might have hunted in these dense woods.
Yeah, we definitely want that. So let's try crossing this pond.
Alexander decides to brave the boiling pond. And soon realizes a deep sympathy for soup vegetables as he learns the true meaning of being in a stew.
Tickets out. Next.
It looks like Alexander's in a bit of a stew.
Not that great of a joke. In case you haven't figured it out, you're going to have to get used to seeing this screen a lot. We can't do anything here just yet. So let's go. The last place we can go is...
Alexander pulls out his...
Isle of the Sacred Mountain.
Alexander is standing on the small sandy cove of a rocky island. Around him, sheer granite cliffs block any further movement north, east, or west. To the south, he is blocked by the sea. There's an ugly flower growing near the base of the cliff.
Let's pick it up.
Alexander picks the flower and is startled by its hideously strong skunk-like odor. For a moment he can smell nothing else. Alexander notices an unusually large coal-black feather lying on the beach.
We're not going to need that on this playthrough. And we are going to need to deal with this, but not just yet. So, now let's... Oh, no, let's see. Let's go back
Alexander
to the Isle of the Crown.
The Isle of the...
Yeah.
Alexander...
Oh, look at that. Better look through it.
Alexander sorts through the odds and ends that the pawn shop owner dumped into the pot. Magic exploding gum wrappers, a shattered crystal ball, a cracked wand, a fake thumb. Near the bottom, Alexander finds a little glass bottle labeled ink. It appears to be empty, but Alexander decides to take it anyway. You never know when a small bottle will come in handy.
Let's take a look at that.
Alexander's carrying a little ink bottle. It appears to be empty.
Yeah.
Alexander shakes the bottle and imagines he hears a faint swishing sound, but decides he is mistaken.
Oh, really? Well, let's move where you can get the best effect on this.
Alexander decides to open the empty ink bottle.
It's stuck. It's... Whoa! The ink bottle isn't empty at all. It's full of invisible ink. Not very strong, but not bad.
A lot of people miss that, you know, and think that the upcoming puzzle is kind of something you can only get with a guide, but it's really not. I believe I have everything I need. Let me double check. Get that. Yeah. Okay. Back to
Alexander feels a...
back to the Isle of Wonder. And now let's deal with these guys.
Alexander hears someone coming.
"5 fierce guards of the isle we be. Watch for a foreign man," said he, "with ears and nose, tongue, hands, and eyes. Its nature cannot be disguised. If man it be, then man it dies." Old Tom Troll, smell your smell. Do that which you do so well.
Well, I couldn't make it much more obvious. We have to fool his nose with a smell.
Alexander holds the flower of stench out to the gnome with the jumbo nose.
Tom Troll I am, that's all I'll be. My nose knows all on land and sea. A flower of stench has washed ashore. A flower 'tis all, and nothing more.
Man, that's disgusting.
Listen, hark you, Grovenor. Do your duty as you swore. With your ears, please tell us more.
Alexander winds the tin nightingale and plays it for the gnome with the monumental ears.
You'd think those monumental ears would notice the winding sound.
A nose is not a way to spy. My ears cannot be told a lie. A nightingale is all there be. No man is near, and so say me.
Kind of a forced rhyme.
Taste the rump that we might know whether friend or whether foe.
Well, we have the mint.
Alexander holds the mint out for the gnome with the gigantic mouth.
Grump knows a tasty treat. It matters not what others bleat. No danger is this one so sweet.
Trilly dilly, use your hands. Is it beast or is it man?
This one might not be quite so obvious, but you have to use the rabbit's foot.
Alexander holds the rabbit foot out for the gnome with the huge hands.
Be all you mad? What aileth thee? A bunny can't trill merrily. A hare does not at all taste sweet. A rabbit here is all we greet.
One might think it's the
Old Bill Batter, never fatter. Vision can resolve this matter. Look you now and end this chatter.
And for some reason he doesn't open his eyes right away, which gives us the opportunity to do this.
Alexander pours the contents of the empty-looking ink bottle over himself.
By all that's beauteous, fair, and sightly, 4 morons do I sleep with nightly. There's nothing there at all, I say. Enough of this. Let's now away.
Alexander did it! He's fooled the guards!
And with that, we can explore the rest of this island. Next time.